morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. This is Adventures in Traffic. I guess it's episode 4. And I'm gonna title this one something like I'm tired of the Vis-Iris. You know what I'm talking about, the Vis-Iris, right? COVID-19. I'm tired of the Vis-Iris, man. You know, I live in PA, Pennsylvania, Philly, very dangerous city. And this thing is, it's run its course, man. I'm tired of it. And I know a lot of people are tired of it too. And this is not a conspiracy theory. And I gotta talk like that, right? We're talking cold. Give it a little spin. Because I mean, I'm not a regular streamer, broadcaster, whatever. But you know, I've watched a few channels and I've heard about people getting zizzapped and channels taking dizam for mentioning, you know, that word. But I'm tired of the Vis-Iris, right? So let me tell you a story. I got 2 sons, 4 and 2, age 4 and 2, soon to be 5 and 3. Their birthdays are coming up. Now, today is a Wednesday. Over the weekend, I noticed my oldest son had a little kiss off, right? Little kiss off. So, and I know, you know, he's not Cizik, because you know your child, you know, he's still running around and doing what he does as a 4-year-old, jumping off of furniture and putting on his little superhero capes and flying through the house and, you know, all the normal stuff. But he had this kiss off. So I'm like, all right, you know, we're going to gargle with some salt water. We did that a couple times. And he's kiss offing up some Flizem. And the cough is getting better. But he went to school yesterday. He didn't go Monday. He went Tuesday. Monday I said, you know, let's keep him home because I already know the deal. If you go to school, and this is before any of this stuff happened, pre-2020, your kid is in school, and he was in daycare at the time. Now he's in school. If your kid is in daycare and they have, you know, they seem to be a little Cizik, they're gonna call you. If it's not too bad, they'll let you know at the end of the day. Nose was a little runny, had some snots. But if your child appears to be Cizik, they're gonna call you, pick him up early. So I never told him the word Vis-Iris. He never learned that from me. Even when everything was happening and people were sent home, I never mentioned to them what was going on. Because for one, I don't want to scare them. They're children. I want them to be children. I don't want them to have this fear that all the adults have, right? Because for one, children are very resilient. So I didn't want him to have this experience of living in fear. So when everything opened up and people went back to, you know, Wizard and Skizzle, their daycare did not make them wear the Mizask, right? No Mizask at their daycare. So we go to this new school, and the school is great. They've got French class, they've got art class, they had cooking class. It's a very great school. But they make them wear the Mizask, which I'm not on board with, but I'm like, I'm not in a position financially where I can just keep them at the house, homeschool. I wish I was. One day I will be, but right now I'm not there. So I got to go out and earn, right? And that involves them attending a school while I go to work. So for a couple of days he was saying, oh, I have the Vis-Iris. I'm Cizik. And I had to tell him, you are not. You are not Cizik, and you do not have the Vis-Iris. So he goes to school yesterday with this little remainder of a kiss off, and I get a call. Oh, yeah, we need you to pick him up. because he's displaying two or more symptoms, and he's telling his teacher and his classmates that he has the virus. Last thing I want to hear, and I purposely told him, do not go to school and tell these people you have the virus, because you don't. And this is why I did not mention this word to them at all through this entire ordeal, because I know kids, their understanding is limited. So if you tell them, oh, everybody's gonna get the virus, if you kiss off, you got it, you gotta wear the ass so you don't get the virus, all of this stuff. So he goes to school and he starts telling people, I got the virus. So I get the call, and now I know with everything that's happening in this state, not every state, but in this state of the republic for which it stands, you gotta go get the exam. Read between the lines. The TISEST, right? The kids over TISEST. You gotta go get the exam. So they're like, oh yeah, we just want you to come get him, and if he gets the exam today and it's negative, he can come back tomorrow, and if it's positive, he has to stay out for 6 days, and he can come back on Monday. And I'm like, here we go with the reindeer games. So I called my wife because she was off. Go get him, bring him home. She's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make an appointment for them to get the exam, him and his younger brother. And I don't know if I'm going to call the school until, because now it's not a rapid exam, and we're not doing the home joint because I don't trust those home exams. But she got them done, and now we got to wait 3 to 5 days. So it was no point to even send him to school. Wasn't my idea in the first place to send him to school. But that's a horse of another color. It's a conversation I will not get into. So I said, just keep him home the rest of the week. So I called my mom. Mom, can you come up and hang out with the boys in case the wife has to do something? Or, just give her a hand with them, because they can be a bit much sometimes. Because they're boys. Now, I know how to handle them. They act differently with daddy than they do with mommy. With mommy, they'll run mommy ragged. With daddy, all it takes is a little bit of bass in your voice, a little too much jumping around, and okay guys, relax. Okay guys, then sit down. Then they sit down. That's how daddies roll, right? Active daddies. Shout out to all the daddies that ain't active. Sometimes it ain't your fault. I ain't blaming you, but I'm active. So now this is where we are. So now they're missing a week that I still have to pay for, because the school ain't free. They don't go to public school. They go to a school that is not free. And it's cool. I'm gonna bite the charge. But the point is, I wanted them to stay home, because I knew with this kids off, they was going to do this funny business, because that's what everybody's doing. You can't have allergies, you can't have the sniffles. God forbid you get a runny nose or kiss off, and now everybody, oh, you got the virus. I'm just tired of it, and I know I'm not the only one, because I talk to people every day, and I don't mean random people. I got clients that I talk to every day, and even the people that have had the virus, even the people that have taken the remedy for the virus, they're tired of it too. I know people that are taking the remedy just because they want to travel, or whatever your case for taking it, not taking it, I don't care. That's not the point of this. The point is, and I think we can all agree, I'm tired of it. I'm pretty sure you're tired of it. It's impacted life to the point where it's a super duper inconvenience, man. Like it needs to be done, man. It needs to be done and over with. Let people get back to life, and I think it will be soon. But you're going to have to look out for what's coming around the curve next, because we know that there is always something pending, right? There's always something pending. But we'll see how the rest of the week goes. I mean, I know he's fine because I know my child. But I'm just tired of the virus, man. And the fact that, people are putting fear into these children. Let these children be children, man. Let them be children. I remember when I was younger, and I feel kind of old saying that, but rain, sleet, snow, they ain't closed school down, man. We had to get a foot of snow for them to close school down. A couple weeks ago in Philly, we had talks of a storm, and school was closed. And it didn't even snow. No snow, no rain, no kind of precipitation, but school was closed. And that's where we are now. Everybody's afraid of their own shadow. And it's like, come on, son. Come on, son. Get it together. Y'all afraid of everything. But at the same time, people are fearless, right? People are crushing goals and conquering fears. You hear all of this positive self-talk, back to the crunchy granola hippie crowd. Positive affirmations. Well, how come you don't tell yourself every day in the mirror, I'm healthy, I'm not going to get sick, I'm not going to get a virus? And my heart goes out to anybody who has succumbed to this thing, because it is something. I'm not saying it's not real. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, nut up, man. Stop being afraid of everything. If it's going to take you out, it's going to take you out. But don't freaking bury your head in the sand and tuck your tail and not live life because you're afraid of some germs. Come on, son. Where they do that at? I ain't getting into that. I ain't getting into that because I don't want to be labeled a theorist, a conspiracy theorist. I'm not one of them dudes. I listen to some of them guys, but I'm not one of them dudes. I'm just not stupid either. I ain't a doctor, but I also ain't no dummy. That's it, man. Adventures in Traffic. Peace.